Hey everyone, this is Aaron with Crypto Trends. Today, August 21st, 2019. BTC, taking a look at that, has a little bit of price action going on, so we're going to be taking a look at its market action, its update just for you guys. But before we do that, please keep in mind that this is not financial advice, just my opinion. So let's go see what Bitcoin has been doing. This is over on TradingView. It is the 4-hour on Bitfinex. Okay. So let me first make sure that I'm streaming. Yeah, looks okay. Great. All right. So yeah, we just started with the stream. So what it's been doing of lately is it's been in the lower areas of this campaign here, which has just been a large sideways trend. It's just been doing some chop and going sideways here. We have a buying climax, an AR, all that good Wyckoff stuff. And what it's been doing is that there's been a lot of weakness, and it's been testing the lows here. As we can see, one thing of interest is that if you look, there's higher lows, which is nice. Get out of there, thing. So that's really nice to see that there is higher lows rather than lower lows, of course, right? And so this looks kind of like, to me, a reaccumulation area. And I'm really pleased that we did not come up and hit this area so soon, because if we did, that would have taken pretty much, well, that's like pedal to the metal, take all the gas out of the market, and then we just look for I don't know, it could be a really big fall, but we didn't go there, so it's nice that we didn't. But where we're at is in this chop, this sideways movement, and it's in a Wyckoff trend. And what they do is that they test the lows, and they test the highs, and then they take it low again, see how far they can push it. Right about there, that's about as far as they could go, right around the 9,000 level. And the last one here was at 95. So that's so yeah, that's what they do. But here, what happens when it comes up here, they're doing a test, and it can only make it this far, which is about the halfway point. And well, that doesn't look so great. A lot of people are grieving and stuff. And this could have been called a spring, where it went up here, and then it's supposed to go like this, and then just keep on going off to Moonland and stuff like that. But it didn't do it. So you could consider this area a failed spring. But I'm not. I'm just considering this as a continuation of testing supply, because they're still looking for supply, because I think this is actually a reaccumulation trend here that's going on. There's not. Why? Because there's some selling, but it's not huge selling. Especially, what was the clue that gave it off is right here. Yeah, they had some sells, but the volume wasn't up in this area. If you're looking at the bottom of the screen, it was way down in here. So that is very nice, because before, when we had the huge sales, when it was up at the top, is way up at this area there. So to me, that is a clue that this is a reaccumulation area, but that does not mean that it can't still dump further. What happens is that they go and they're going to test this. They go up and then they test it again. Okay, and it could come all the way down, and we could see a spike, and then what happens is that could be our spring. And so that's really pretty much what I'm looking for, to give you an idea of what's going on. And people could say, yeah, friend, is your trend that you can see a definite kind of trend line going down like that. And yeah, for the most part, like right now, that's pretty much what I see. I see a slow bleed where we're getting lower highs. So we're having lower high, lower high, lower high, etc. And then usually here, this is of interest, is that where we currently sit is that if you haven't noticed, the charts usually give you two chances. So that was our first high, and then that was our second high, and after that, it dumps, right? Dumps. So this was our second chance to cash out. This would be like a short position if you guys are into that. I'm not. I just play it straight. That's just me. But if we look here, here's the first indicator and the second indicator to where, yeah, very well could dump, but I'm really just looking for it to kind of go like this and then like that. So not quite so soon. I know everybody's worried and stuff, but then after that we'll see what happens, because when it does a spring and it starts going off, when they started accumulating all this stuff, then the spring could happen, and then we're looking for better days ahead. The thing is that yeah, I think it's going to come down here and bypass this area and then go up. So we still have a little bit of time. That's middle of September, and we'll see what's happening here with Bitcoin. But to me, I do think it's going to come down here, test the lower lows one more time, maybe 2-3 more times until it has a big dip, and then it'll go up into a pretty standard Wyckoff spring. So yeah, this is just kind of like a no trade zone until it gets down into the Netherlands, the nether regions down way below. So we'll see, and then after that I'll be looking for a pretty strong support, something similar to this, okay? Because you can think, hey, we're kind of like in this area here. This was a reaccumulation, and this one had a lot of up thrust right here to bump it up to the higher levels, and then it dropped big, and then it started its spring up. And that's what happens, is it drops down, takes a rest, and then it goes up. It's like a springboard, like in a swimming pool. Yeah, so boom, boom, like that, okay? So yeah, that's Bitcoin. All right, so let's go see what else is going on. Let's take a look at Ether. We'll look at that versus USDT. Why not? And yeah, it's yeah, what is Ether doing? I haven't looked at this chart in a while. Okay, it's just following along these trends, trotting around, and we'll see if it can recover here. It might start to recover and go above. If we scroll way out, gosh, I need some coffee. What happens here is that people are looking left. Okay, they're looking left here. And yeah, boy, how are the volumes? The volumes are decreasing, which is interesting because in the lows, we want to see decreasing sells, right? That means there's not a lot of sellers left, which means supply has dried up. Okay, so keep an eye on Ether. We'll see what happens with that big guy. This is also indicative, though. Instead of having a spring, it looks to me, well, let me get rid of this thing here. This is actually an indication to me, the way this is going. This is an indication of a markdown. So we had, there's our 1 chance, there's our 2 chance, and then it dumps. Okay, 1, 2, dump. It's like dance moves. 1, 2, dump. Yeah, that looks better. We're at probably around right in here, so about 120 area. Yeah, I'll put a box down there. Let me erase this garbage first. Yeah. Let's draw a little box. Does that seem right? I'm just getting into the energy of it, guys. Logically, I told you, yeah, this looks like a markdown. It's pretty close to here. It's already wiped out these profits, so these profits are already taken. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, that seems about right. So 120 to about 100 region. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Could hit that sooner. Alright, so I'll leave that there so you guys can see. Anyway, so that's Ether. But yeah, just a quick update. Let's go back to BTC, see what it's doing. USD. Good old Bitfinex. Let me scroll in. There we are. Okay, yeah. So it looks like a bounce, and then we can see a little bit below that line. There we go. Okay, so that's about it, guys. See if anybody's on the chat. If say hi and stuff like that. If not, hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, get notified, all that good stuff. So yeah, hey Omega, how's it going? Yeah, negative interest rates. Yeah, we'll see. If negative interest rates occur, people will be looking for higher yields, right? Higher yields. So we'll see what happens with that. Same as gold. People could go into gold as well. Precious metals. We could also look for people going into of real value. Of real value is not so much as gold and silver, the like, but of the metals which are used, the rare earth metals, okay? The rare earth metals that's used in like the neodymium magnets and stuff like that. So that, keep an eye on the rare earth minerals and stuff. Hey, KLM. Still excited for VeChain? Yeah, I'm still excited for VeChain. Let's go take a look at VET real quick. Pop on over, probably still sucking wind. Look at it versus USDT. Yeah, sucking wind big time. Okay. Yeah. It's getting pretty close to a low. It's just going wherever they want it to go. Came all the way down here to 0.004. Yeah, that's in, this is USD, okay, USDT. So yeah, that's pretty low. It's just been taking a big dive. But as far as it turning around, yeah, it looks like right around here, which is around about the 40 sat, is pretty much about the base. And you can see here, if we extend this along left, yeah, there's a heck of a lot of support for it right there. That's for sure. Heck of a lot of support for it. So in a longer overall scheme of things, this is on the 4 hour. Let's go out to the day. The big scheme of things, we have our selling climax here, lower test, another lower test. Nice to see though that the bottoms are increasing, which is good. The tops, yeah, it's nice to follow the tops and stuff, but what I do is I mainly look at the bottoms if I'm going to do anything. This could be a change in character here. We'll see. But yeah, this is a very long campaign. It's a multi-year campaign. Yeah, we'll see what happens with VeChain. But yeah, I am still liking VeChain. Haven't sold any. Well, I sold a little bit for player and stuff. That's because I sold VThor for VET, and so I got player with VET, right? But yeah, still like VeChain. Excellent project. Do your research on it, all that good stuff. But as you can see, the price stinks. It's just one of those things, man. So Matan wants to know about Monero. Why is it still at the top? There's no news about it or anything like that. Yeah, it's supposed to be provide some type of sheltering for privacy. For the privacy coins, it's the best one. It has the best stuff in it. And the thing is that with Monero and privacy coins overall, is that it's still at the top, but you can look for it to fall, because the thing is that if there's not a fiat off-ramp available to it, really what good is it, right? What good is it? Think of if Bitcoin, everybody says, oh, they can't kill Bitcoin. Heck, they could kill Bitcoin in 10 minutes. All they have to do is just shut down the fiat off-ramps. And how many people would care about holding Bitcoin? They wouldn't care at all. They wouldn't care at all. It would become nothing more than like a proof of purchase on a cereal box. That would be the worth of Bitcoin without the bank's support. Until the banks crash, right? Until the banks crash. But the thing is, if we get to that stage, there's not going to be computers to run Bitcoin, because nobody's going to be working at the power plants to power the computers. One thing is built on top of another, and Bitcoin requires electricity. So if they close the fiat off ramps, yeah, that'd pretty much kill Bitcoin. One reason they would do that is if they started implementing privacy into Bitcoin, then they'll say, oh, there goes our KYC. Sorry, guys. But as far as Monero, why it's in the top 10, a lot of people still like it. But to me, I don't know. I'm just not into it. And, good or bad or whatever, it's a privacy coin, and I just don't see longevity for privacy coins in general. But hey, it is what it is. And why is it up? Well, because that's the market. It's the market. The markets can stay irrational longer than you can stay alive. That's pretty much it. Thanks for the question. Hey JB, how's it going? Oh yeah, how low is XRP going? How low can it go? I don't know. Let's go take a look at XRP. XRP can go really low, man. They're bringing $1 billion, right? Let's look at it versus ETH. Why not? Okay, it's coming up here versus ETH right in the channel, which I thought it would. It's just doing its thing. Hit my box here. Yeah, it's doing its thing there. Okay, nothing surprising. Look at it versus BTC. Yup. Down against BTC. Sucking wind. Has everything else. Could find a bottom here. We'll see. Let's scroll in. Take a look at this. What do we have here on the volumes? Volumes are always a good indicator. Looks like we're about there. One thing that we have is if we take a look at our volumes, we really don't have a lot of interest in selling anymore. Yeah, we had this one sell here. It was not at the top, like in the top region like up in here, because that's what I said about this one. I'll draw it here for you real quick. Give it my little brush. About this particular down bar, is that this was an indication of a downward trend, and lo and behold, downward trend. So what we're doing is we're looking for an indication that goes low. We're looking for something that goes low like this, and then we'd have a little line, and then that'd be red, and then we'd look for the close above the close of the red, and it would be green. So that's what we're looking for. When we see that, then we can expect it to start going up. Yeah, because it's just the reverse of this, but it has to be in a lower general area. And so we'll see what happens, but until then, it could go a little bit flat or tip down a little bit more, and then start having a change of character. That actually looks about right. So where's that at? And that's way the hell down there, isn't it? Oh, that's 0.000. How many zeros are there? 4. Yeah. So that's 2074, because right now it's at 2626. So yeah, about another 10%, 20%. We'll see what happens. Let me draw a little box there. Why not? I'm liking these boxes today. So we'll go. Sound effects do help. If you chart, hey, try it. You like it. And then we'll see something around here. So we'll see what happens with that, okay? Let me, that is XRP versus BTC. Now, one thing to note, that going up could mean that BTC starts to go down, okay? And it just holds its value. But we'll see what happens. Looking for a dump because they're going to put more, I should have drew that down there. They're going to dump more coins on the market, right? XRP is, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, so just general trend line, I mean, you can just draw like a stupid line. There you go. So trend is your friend, and it is yeah, that lines up pretty well. Let's see, actually do right there. Oops. There, that seems about right. Okay. You saw it here first. We'll see. This is fun in games. Draw your own boxes for fun. Keep track of it. Why not, right? Okay, that's XRP. Sorry, Matan. Don't know anything about toasters, except Toastmasters. Great group to belong to for public speaking. Yeah, proof of kilowatt. Yeah. Here's the deal. If you're having to compete, this is just general for all cryptos. If you're having to compete with an established, ingrained corporation, or one that has been given basic monopoly rights, like power companies and telcos, because of all the investment they have to put into laying the wires and stuff, that stuff is going to be pretty dang hard to compete against. Yeah, so I'm looking for 0 Point Energy coming out before I see really big increases in power, changes in power and stuff like that, as far as Bitcoin and stuff goes. Not Bitcoin, but other cryptos. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, yeah, there are some small use cases here and there, but for like the US and stuff like that, for a majority of places, I'm really just not seeing it, with the exception of just a few small markets. But then again, a small market where they could actually have a utility doesn't mean that hey, the coin can explode. Yeah, I guess it could. It depends. But yeah, sorry, don't know enough about toasters. I'll tell you much. Anyway, that's about it, guys. So just taking off. Good old BTC doing its thing. Have a good one. Catch you later.